Hello everyone and welcome to another video on the channel. Now we are very excited for this video because lots of been happening in the crypto market, and we've seen that you guys like our crypto content and all that, because we've been seeing we've been pretty accurate with our crypto. You can call them predictions. All right. Um, so there was a video that we made actually back in 2021 October before the crash. When price actually came into this monthly/weekly supply zone, all right, we analyzed price action. We made a video about it. If you haven't checked it already, go check it out and see how we explained this possible reaction, because we know that nothing is for sure in the financial markets. All right, we can't say what will happen. All right, we just know that we try to buy at buy zones, we try to sell at sell zones, right, or demand and supply zone. So if you take a look at that video, you can see that when price came back in October into the sell zone, there was a possible reaction. All right, and that is just because you can see all the volume in this area, right? A lot of consolidation, lots and lots of consolidation, and then a very strong move in just a couple of candles. All right, it didn't really break structure. All right, so we have this low, it didn't break this low. So we could have expected some sort of reaction. All right, and we had two areas that we were interested in, of seeing how price action was behaving at certain levels, certain buy levels, to maybe buy some more crypto, just not only Bitcoin but all the altcoins obviously as well. So you can see as well that this high over here was broken. Right, there was a break of structure of this whole move that previously reacted basically to this area. Okay, as you can see. So basically, what this tells us, this break of structure, and not just only with the wick but also with the body close, this tells us that there's still a lot of bullish pushes. All right. If we would have made a strong break of structure to the downside, breaking this low, then I'd be careful, and I think this reaction would have been even bigger. But this didn't happen. So now that we understand that we made a break of structure of the all-time highs back at the day, there were several possible opportunities. So we had this buy zone over here, right, which is obviously a minor zone. It's not the edge of the whole move, right? It's just like a pullback zone, right? That is part of the whole excuse me, move. So what do we do in crypto? We use a lot of volume. Excuse me. So we've seen that crypto really reacts well to volume ranges, right? And obviously together with supply and demand zones. So we were looking at this level, and you can see this weekly candle that just wicked into the volume range and the point of control, right? And had some smaller reaction to it. All right, we still had a reaction of pretty strong reaction of almost $10,000 move. So, or pips, or whatever you want to call it. So this was pretty interesting, and this was actually not a bad place to buy, right? You can definitely place some buys over here. Probably not your whole all your investments, potential that you have, potential capital that you have, but you can definitely could have invested some capital over here, which is definitely a good price. It's a lot better than most people that are buying over here, right? Then once we saw that this zone actually just completely got smashed through with this candle 2-3 weeks ago, we were just looking at the next buy area, the next demand zone. You can see there's a lot of volume as well in this whole area, right? You can see this whole volume range. This is exactly what we do. We just take the whole range, with the point of control being right here at 34,300. And what did you see? Price just wicked into it this 1 week, and the next week made a bullish pin bar, and then it was actually a pretty good time last week when the week closed, basically exactly 1 week ago, to make some buys, all right, to invest, because literally, guys, the next weekly zone would be over here, all right, would be at 19,000 something, all right, which is very far away, and it's definitely not a strong zone, right? It's just a small zone. Stronger zone will be here at 10,000. The next would probably be here at like 5,000, and To be honest, I don't think crypto will crash that hard. So now is still a very good time to be buying. Right, you can see that this weekly buy zone is reacting really strong. Okay, so this is a bit what happened. So let us go back to exactly what happened over here when price came into the zone. But first, before we use our replay tool and just study the price action a little bit, just like looking at the weekly time frame, all right, you can see that price entered and it made this huge bearish weekly pin bar, guys. This tells us a lot. All right, if you've been following us for a while, you know that this is a pretty strong sign. Okay, so if you see this, all right, that means something could potentially happen. Okay, and then we just had some slow ranging moves. Then we had like a liquidity spike to the upside, again turned into a bearish pin bar. It did close outside the zone, so you could be cautious, right? But it's still a bearish pin bar, like closing a little bit outside the zone. So you could have waited. And then you see this engulfing candle, basically engulfing 2 weekly candles completely. Okay, so this is a pretty strong sign where if you're trading this would have been a good area to look for some sells, maybe like on a 4-hour time frame, whatever. You could have been looking at some sells and hold those sells to potentially this area and potentially even longer. All right, so this is definitely a nice trading move that you could have done of like 20,000 something pips, or if you hold to this like 11,000 something, which is very nice swing trade of a couple of weeks. From here holding to here to this area would have been literally like 2 weeks. If you hold to the next point of control, obviously would have been like a little over 2 months, which is a very solid swing trade. And now obviously would be a very good time to be buying, since we have been seeing this bullish pin bar. So if you want to invest or you want to trade, now is definitely a good time to be buying. So let us go back to this weekly zone and study. We can look at the daily, but preferably I prefer to look at the 4 hour. So what I was talking about in the previous video that we made, you can see this whole ranging, all right? And I was waiting for liquidity spikes to the upside or the downside, all right? So I was talking about both. If we see liquidity spikes to the downside, then we might see some further upwards moves, and we see some liquidity spikes to the upside, we might see further downwards moves, all right? And this is basically what happened. So as you can see, let me just slow down this a little bit, like this. So price went upwards, all right? It was going upwards. This for me would be a liquidity spike. You can see some more ranging is happening over here. Again, another liquidity spike, as you can see right here. You can see very strong, aggressive, bullish moves to the upside, but it's all above this range. For me, these would be liquidity areas. So basically, we should take a look right now where we are on the weekly. We are still here, okay? We still have quite a way to go. So we're seeing some strong reaction. So maybe it's good to look for some sells already. Obviously, if you're looking to trade this. So for example, this supply zone right here, you could have sold here, okay, which could have been a potential swing trade, but probably you will get taken out later at break even. But this would have been a nice trade, okay? So price is coming back, as you can see, probably got taken out on break even. You might be looking at more sell zones maybe here at the top. All right, so let us take a look how this will play out. It's going upwards again to this level. It closed outside, still had some reaction to it. Let us see how this plays out. So you can see a lot of highs, right? You can see a lot of 4-hour highs. So there's liquidity above, and we have a nice supply zone. So there we go. We see the liquidity spike into this area right here. Let's see what will happen here. So it closed outside this area. We're seeing a very strong reaction. All right. So let us see what will happen next. We made some break of structures right here to the downside. So this tells us quite a lot. It's again ranging, and then again a liquidity spike to the upside. So this will probably give some more downwards moves. And there we go. We see another break of structure. Let us see where we are on the weekly right now. And we are making basically this engulfing candle. Okay. So now it's just waiting time for the candle to close, basically, which I'm not sure what day it would close. Let us see where we are. We're still in this weekly candle. So let us see. We know we have made some pretty strong break of structures. So we can start to look at these ranges. All right, you can see nice volume range. Again, you can take basically from the high or this high, whatever you want. You can take this whole volume range, just see it spiked into it, and let's see. It's showing some reaction to it. Let's see what's gonna happen. There we go. Let's see how we are doing. Okay, so we're already in this second candle. So you could have been looking for sells. This would have been a valid sell. If you didn't take that one, there's another area over here which definitely would have been a very, very clean sell. Okay, this would have been a perfect one. We're already seeing break of structures to the downside, and then we get this break of structure, prices coming back and then reacting to it again. So again, coming back. If you get taken out break even, there's another sell zone right here, which maybe we can see some reaction again to. Let us see what will happen here. And there we go. There we see the final reaction to the weekly zone. This would have been a beautiful trade right here. Okay, and if you're not trading Bitcoin, if you're just investing into it, you can see how price is just shifting from these upwards moves. All right, you can see how it's just changing its whole pace. Okay, and here you can see the liquidity spike above all these highs, what I was just mentioning. Okay, and you can see the whole shifts. It's just completely changing. As you can see, some sideways movements again, and then boom, a big drop. All right, so you can see how this whole market movement is just changing because we are obviously in a very strong weekly zone. Okay, and then obviously price, what it just did, it was just melting and melting to the next weekly area, which is this area, and then it was just reacting a little bit to it, but not too strong, and then it just went deeper and deeper and deeper to the point where we are right now, where we created a bullish pin bar, and you can see how this was created. The low was created of the week very early, and then boom, very, very bullish week, beautiful bullish week. Okay, so basically, what can we expect now? Well, this is a break of structure of the all-time highs of in 2021. This area right here is not the first time it is in the zone. It is the second time. Okay, but it made a break of structure. So with all the things that is going on in crypto, again, we're not crypto experts. We're not telling you what to do. This is just our personal opinion. Okay. So what we are looking for in this scenario, in this Bitcoin scenario, since this made a break of structure, I think we could see maybe some new all-time highs. Obviously, that would be great for everyone who's buying right now. Well, maybe not even all-time highs. I think we can see a very strong reaction. This is better said, right? Because obviously we never know what's going to happen, but I think we can see very strong reactions. So if price manages to come back to this level, since it already reacted to it and it didn't even create a break of structure of this area, obviously, yeah, from this low it did, but it didn't really make a break of structure of this low, I think we could, we could pass and basically wipe this zone pretty soon. All right, so obviously it's the first week of the month. Okay, so if we look at a 12-month chart, you can see this is this is the Bitcoin chart basically of 12 months. So each candle represents 1 year. You can see that the past year we created a sort of bearish pin bar, and the year has only been 2 months in, so we might be making the low of the year pretty soon. I mean, not soon. Maybe we made already the low of the year, and maybe we can see a very bullish continuation. As you can see, we've been pretty bullish for the last 2 years. So maybe we'll see some continuation of that. All right, before then seeing an actual dump. So maybe we'll see some more bullishness, especially what's going on in the world right now. Everything is just changing so fast. And as you can see, we are actually also in a monthly zone, guys. This is not something to take lightly. Okay, we are in a monthly buy zone that created a break of structure, a fresh monthly buy zone. You could say it's not a fresh weekly zone, but it's definitely a fresh monthly zone. So this is very, very, very strong, guys. You have to understand this. This is a monthly zone, so we can definitely see some very strong reactions. I think the next coming weeks and months. Obviously, the sooner the better, since we're already positioned with some nice buys in in Bitcoin, and a lot of altcoins, of course. At this level, which we invested in the past 2 weeks. So now it's just waiting time, guys. We have a lot of interesting points where we have to just take a look at how price reacts, which is this area, then hold this area, this weekly zone again, this high. Then obviously, once it passes all these highs, and obviously some new price action is going to be created. There's nothing to the left since we'll be at all-time highs if price passes this high. And then, it's just, then it really depends on yourself, how you look at things. All right. Yes, there will be ups and downs always in the crypto market, but I think this could be a very interesting year. I think there's a lot of potential of a lot of money to be made. Obviously, if you buy at the right places, we personally know people that literally were buying Bitcoin over here, and we warned them. Okay, we warned them, and we made video about it, and we talked to a lot of people who were actually buying Bitcoin at the all-time highs and altcoins at the all-time highs, because I understand the beginner investor mentality, and some people were even investing six figures. I know personally people investing six figures buying Bitcoin at the all-time highs, and they lost all their money right now. They're telling me like, yeah, well, what happened like this, and how is this possible? I'm like, yeah, we warned you guys, right? We told you this was a potential scenario. All right, so it's always good to stick to basic supply and demand zones. Just buy at low prices, sell at high prices. This is the only thing you need to do, and this is exactly what we did right now. And this is what we are showing you what we did basically. And I think it's a pretty good idea to be buying at these levels. Especially considering that we have all these lows, or a lot of liquidity below, and we have a nice demand zone below. So we're seeing some nice reaction to it. So I hope we can see some nice bullishness for the next coming weeks, months. I hope you're positioned for it already. Obviously, if you are interested in investing and trading crypto, if you're not, then you shouldn't have been watching this video. So yeah, guys, this is pretty much it for this video. We will do some more crypto content along the way, since we enjoy doing this. We're pretty heavily studying the crypto market, investing in it and stuff. So we definitely want to share this part of our journey with you guys. So yeah, guys, if you have any more questions about this video, crypto, anything, just let us know in the comments down below, or send us a DM on Instagram. We'll be more than glad to help you out. We appreciate you watching this video. We would also appreciate the like or the sub if you haven't already. We're uploading new videos every single week. Anything trading, crypto, forex related, psychology, anything that can help you guys out. So yeah, guys, hope you like this video, and we'll see you in the next one.